Bill, Marianne, Shelly, and Bob ride to RB Winter and then Bald Eagle State Parks. On the first day, I meet Bill, Shelly, and Marianne in Boalsburg. They've already ridden there. And then we ride over to RB Winter State Parks. It's about a 38-mile ride with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major climbs. Here I'm following Bill, and we are just leaving Boalsburg. Here we are approaching Old Fort Road on Highway 45. We'll stop and eat at the sheet store here. We head east on 45 out of Old Fort, and we'll make a left turn on Loose Road. Bill's given the signal and we've taken the lane. 45 is a heavily trafficked road. This is Loose we're turning onto.
No.
We eventually get up to Highway 192 heading east. Look at this tractor on the left with the big metal wheels. And you'd think we'd notice something now. The sky is a bit ominous in places. The scenery is very rural all the way over to RB Winter. On our right, coming up, is the Valley Mennonite Chapel. See a little graveyard behind? It's just such a simple structure. There are a lot of Mennonite and Amish in the area. In Rebersburg, we stopped at this store to get some snacks. But earlier, a woman in Rebersburg who saw us coming stepped out near the road and asked if we needed to take a break or use the restroom. She just made our day. The skies here look a bit ominous. It is rural Pennsylvania. And here we are coming down into the entrance to RB Winter State Park. We'll make a left turn here. This is a beautiful park. It's Marianne ahead of me on the road that headed down to the camping area. And that's Marianne, then Bill, then Shelly. And now we're going to turn up into the campground itself. We were in no particular hurry, but we got our tent set up. And then you will see what happened right after.
Wow, it is hailing like crazy out. Very small little hailstones, but a lot of hail and rain.
On day 2, we start off on a 45-mile ride from RB Winter over to Bald Eagle State Park. There are 5 major climbs, and we were in the saddle about 4 hours. And coming up is a little 360 video. Just as we're preparing to leave RB Winter State Park, it's cold, and this is our campsite. Marianne had her tent in that area right there. And here we are at the end, getting ready to leave. That's Bill behind the tree, myself, Marianne, and Shelly is at the far side. I decided to take a little tour around the little camping area here. So this is to the east of where we camped. There's some bear boxes back in there. We kept our food in bear boxes instead of hanging. And now I'm going right past our campsite, would be right on our right, and headed out of the park. Headed out of the camping area anyway. The only problem as tenters that we have with this campground is there's not a lot of grass. If you're going to put your tent down, it'll probably be on some rock in most cases. And the restroom is just off to our left, and Marianne is waiting for me there. We will head out together ahead of the other guys making a couple of climbs. There's Marianne. And this is Highway 192 headed west. Here I am climbing up on Highway 477 behind all of the others. This is a real struggle up this mountain pass. At the top, we all join up again together. That's Marianne and Bill. And Shelly's a few hundred yards on down the highway.
Hi, shall I go on?
And now I'm bombing down the other side, going fast. I'm going to try to get ahead of everybody and shoot some video of them coming down the mountain. This is one of my favorite parts of the ride. I mean, we're really moving fast. And this is a nice, gentle but curvy highway.
Man,
With a few potholes.
chuckles. More chuckles.
And this is Marianne and Shelly coming down the mountain, followed by 3 vehicles. The first vehicle is a Forest Service vehicle, and then there's a red van and a white van. The man in the red van is pissed and lets out a bunch of F-bombs when he meets us at the bottom. A bad guy. Now we're on Winter Road, heading west again. A beautiful old country road. Lots of horse-drawn vehicles and farmers, and I never got a photo of them, but in the barns you could see a lot of tobacco drying. It was just a marvelous day, a beautiful day. You just can't beat it in Pennsylvania. We're coming into Tylersville, and instead of turning right on Highway 880, we're going to turn left onto the Narrows Road and head on down into Lamar, and along a beautiful trout stream, down the Narrows Road.
Oh, we're back there.
Here we are on Fishing Creek Road and we're going under Interstate 80. Cedar Springs is 2 miles away, and we will stop there for lunch. This is Mackeysville, and we're on the Mackeysville Road. If you listen carefully coming up, you'll hear, there it was, an osprey came right out of that creek. And we stop here at Ingram's Market, that little place right on the left, and have lunch. I actually buy a hoagie big enough for lunch and supper. This is Gilmore Road, which will eventually take us around and back, and we'll get on Highway 64. But we're staying off of 64 as long as we can. Then it'll be 64 into Mill Hall.
Oh, okay.
And here we are on 64. And now we're through Mill Hall, and we're running west along Railroad Street. We're really not too far from Bald Eagle State Park at this point. In fact, right now we're coming up into Blanchard, Pennsylvania. Here we are coming up onto the intersection with Highway 150, and it's just a few miles west to Bald Eagle State Park.
I'm clear, but there's one coming.
And this is the campground at Bald Eagle State Park. I'm going to stop and get an honorary ticket here, or an honors ticket, and then we'll go find our campsite. We're lucky we get our favorite campsite, number 51.
Oh no, I got her.
And I had broken my tent pole over at RB Winter, and Bill and I are putting it back together. It took 2 of us to get the sleeve on.
Camp Bald Eagle. Got in about 2:30 today. Rain and sleet last night. So we had to dry some things out, mainly the tents, flies. Give me a 360 here. It's windy today. It looks like a southwest, I'd say. Pretty good wind. Marianne just left about an hour ago. John picked her up. Here comes my tent coming around. Shelly stuff's coming around. There's Bob. Hey Bob! Hey Bob! He's not hooking. He had a little problem in his tent today.
And here's a little 360 when we are having supper. Again, that's Bill's tent, then Shelly's tent, that's Shelly. There's Bill. And here I come. In that little aluminum foil is the half of the hoagie that I bought earlier. I'm going to have it for supper. Shelly and Bill are having something warm to eat. On our third day, it's just a simple 31 miles, at least for me, a little more for Bill and Shelly, straight back down Highway 150 from Bald Eagle Campground to our home or to our cars. This is us getting ready to leave in the morning, and it's down 150. Really a quite little boring part of our ride, so I hope you enjoyed the video.